I've had to say to them, your receptionist has just lost you a £30,000 dental implant case.
Welcome back to Chairside with Dominate Dental. I'm Megan.
I am Josie.
And we are your hosts. Super excited back for episode 2. I feel like last episode went well.
I think it went well.
Yeah.
What did the people think?
Well, we'll soon find out. I'm sure they'll let us know if they hated it. No, it was big. I'm really excited. And I think this podcast in general is just such an exciting new venture for us. I think we've got lots and lots to talk about. I mean, we always have lots and lots to talk about.
Yeah, we've got a lot to say.
But today, last time we spoke a lot about front of house. I want to talk about why your reception team is actually more important than your marketing.
Why your reception team is more important than your marketing.
Bold statement.
It is a bold statement, and I think it's a very, very valuable. We did touch in the last episode about how first impressions matter.
Yeah.
In any service delivery industry, right? You've got to stand out from the crowd.
God, yeah.
And yeah, I think marketing, online marketing, and front of house teams are a beautiful combination when both are firing on all cylinders.
Agreed.
One massively complements the other, and online marketing and new patient acquisition doesn't work without full support from front of house.
I completely agree. Within Dominate, I mean, we have, social side, paid ad side, martech, client success. There's lots of roles on our side that I think make the marketing what it is, and without it, it wouldn't work. Who would you say are the key players from the practice side? Obviously, we talk a lot about front of house. We know they're the key players, but who would you say are the key players within the practice side that make that marketing so genuine and well connected?
Without having us inside of your practice, taking your content day in, day out, prompting your case studies, checking your record keeping of before treatment and after treatment, hands down, the key players in a joined up marketing strategy has to be treatment coordinator, practice manager, supported fully by members of the reception team, dental nurses, because these are the people who aren't bogged down in the technicalities of clinical treatment delivery.
Yeah.
They are seeing the patients as human beings, and they're seeing them from the very start of their treatment all the way through to walking out and becoming a lifetime patient with their brand new smile. So in terms of giving your marketing a punch, right? Making your marketing pack a punch. Your key players and your money makers are those who have direct access to the patients, and that will always be your TCOs and your practice managers.
Yeah, completely agree. In some ways, the TCOs and the practice managers, they have the full journey, in my opinion. Obviously, when you are the actual dentist and you're working that day to day, you're essentially just in a little treatment room the whole time. And I think they're so valuable because they're seeing everything sort of end to end. I mean, I work with TCOs and practice managers more than I actually work with the principal dentist.
You do, that's true.
Yeah, and and they are such a core and valuable part of that. I mean, they would. I couldn't do my job if they didn't. If they weren't there to help me.
Talk to me about that then, Megan. What is it that you are working so closely with these TCOs and these practice managers to achieve?
So I've had a lot of conversations with, the principal dentist and things like that, and they will always refer back to their front of house team as being, they are the heart of their practices. They see, they're the ones that are making the mission and the vision of the practice a real life thing. Like they're putting it across the patients. They're making sure that it's felt the second that you walk through the door. And I think that helps me so much as a social media manager, because obviously you have your onboarding calls and you kind of get fed all this information. But when you have somebody who actually feels it and believes it, that comes out beautifully when we're trying to work on content together. So obviously I am very set on strategy, and I'm very much off. I send monthly content prompts and things like that. But what works even better is when these TCOs are coming to me being I had this idea. I think this is going to work really, really well. Here's a piece of content. Do what you can with it to make it branded and make it social ready. And that's together, it's just a beautiful combination. It makes my job very, very easy, which, I can't complain about.
And without that feet on the ground, daily experience of patients and access to patients to take content, to tell these stories, what happens to the online presence of our clients?
It just feels flat. I mean, you know my hatred of stock content. You know my hate, like how many times a week I come to you and say, if I have to use stock content, I'll lose my mind. Very much people focus on, like, especially Instagram as a very much visual platform, but actually the content itself is really, really important. Like, you can feel when it's not genuine and it just comes from this sort of like marketing jargon pulled straight. Oh, you know, our mission is it doesn't come across as genuine. I'm not going to buy from you if I feel like that. But if you have, you know, a TCO who's, you know, sat down and recorded a video and she's talking about why she likes making patients feel the way they do every time they step through the door, that comes across as so genuine. You can just feel that sort of like trust through the screen. It's almost like something that I could never create on my own, like unless I'm actually in the practice and, you know, doing that myself.
It's authenticity.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. It all comes down to that, like, genuine, real, building trust. People buy from people, right? I use that term all the time. And as much as people hate showing up on camera, I understand it is a hard thing to do. It's not natural. It's not natural to have a camera in your face, to sit there and try and talk at a screen for, you know, a couple of minutes. It's not normal.
No.
But it's essential. People buy from people, and like it has to be felt across your social presence. Otherwise, what's the point?
And I think you've hit the nail on the head. And I say this 100 times a week. Dentistry is an aesthetics game. It has to be. And faceless, peopleless Instagram accounts almost drive people away, right? Yeah. We absolutely position our clients' Facebook and Instagram account as the trust seal behind new patient acquisition.
100%.
It's right. This is an analogy that if you've spoken to me on a client call, you will have heard. If a new cafe opens up on your road in your neighborhood, the first thing that you do is jump on their Instagram and check out their poached eggs, right?
100%.
That is the way people qualify businesses in the last 3 to 4 plus years, but especially right now.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at an Instagram page that is full of external and interior surgery shots, quite frankly, who gives a damn?
It's like me right now, you know, covering my face and going, give me $3,000.
Yeah.
You're not going to, no, I'm not going to give you $3,000. I don't know who you are or what you look like.
Who
Why
are
should
you?
I trust you?
Why should I trust you?
Exactly.
Oh, listen, we're hitting the nail on the head here. The whole essence, the core essence of marketing is to get new people to know you, to like you, and to trust you.
This is exactly what I put across pretty much every single strategy. It's like, if I can't jump on your profile and within the first 3 seconds see who you are, what you do, and why I should choose you over somebody else, then I'm not going to buy from you. That's something we want to get across to every single practice, essentially. It's the who, what, why, the 3 W's.
And the who, what, why, the authenticity, the social proof is coming from the TCOs,
exactly,
the practice managers,
exactly,
the dental nurses, the people who have the patient experience.
Exactly. It's not coming from the guy who built the practice.
No.
Who's busy in his back-to-back day-to-day actually performing the treatments. Of course he's passionate about it, but like I say, that's why having that sort of like front of house team, it's so essential. I mean, you've even been a part of hiring processes for practices and their front of house teams. Like, you know how important it is to have someone that is, it's not just about them having the skill set, being able to pick up a phone or answer an email. It's that personal skill, right?
Listen, I have said it time and time again. If you don't have a treatment coordinator, your dental practice is never going to grow. It's not going to grow. Your TCOs are the money makers, and it's aside from what they're adding to your online real estate, to the authenticity, to the record keeping of the aesthetic side of dentistry. It's aside from all of that. They are the people that the patients trust instantly. They are the ones that we are training, one-on-one training, to learn how to build the rapport, how to listen to the pain points, how to be empathetic with nervous patients, with self-assured patients looking to absolutely polish their, the fine-tuned looks. We're living in a Love Island era. People are striving for perfection.
Yes.
We need somebody to personality match every person who 100%. Walks through the door. And it is your TCOs that will get your case acceptances through the roof. Nobody else.
Obviously, we know exactly what makes a good front of house team, TCO, practice manager. Of course, we've come across a lot of bad ones as well. Where do you find that, what makes I don't want to say bad front of house team, but where do practices seem to lose those people? Like what makes good versus bad?
It's a fine balance, right? Because you don't want to hire people to sit and answer the phone all day. You don't, you know. Dentistry is complex. It is high value. It is you have to be incredibly intelligent and switched on to work in dentistry. So you don't particularly want to be hiring these incredibly talented people who have sat through years and years of education to just answer the phone. So we do see, when we turn up new patient inquiries through our digital marketing, a lot of front of house teams, that it's not that they're bad, they can't keep up.
Yeah.
So phone calls go missed. The first thing we do when we onboard a new client is mystery shop them.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's taken our client success manager, Lucy, 4, 5, 6 attempts to even get through to reception, let alone have a TCO speak to her and address her inquiry, her questions. So we're finding that generally people can't cope with a high influx of new patient inquiries because they shouldn't really be sat there just answering the phone. Okay, we should be doing our systems. They need to be doing their jobs. They need to be delivering patient-centered care. So that always raises the question to me, why aren't you automating this initial part of your data capture?
I agree.
Why aren't you putting systems into place to support your front of house team? So that when the phone does answer, they've filtered out all the shit. They've filtered out the NHS inquiries. They've filtered out the people saying, where's the parking? Because a chatbot, an AI system, has answered these questions. So they are taking valuable calls that align with their job role.
You know, going back to like Lucy and her mystery shopping, like there's been some situations where she's got through and the call's been 29 seconds. And like with an inquiry
about dental implants.
Yeah. And it's you know, it's quite alarming actually.
It is.
But not alarming in a way where we think, oh my God, these are unsavable clients. These are people that need help.
It's a process.
And like that's why we do have that training in place, right? That is why we earn, and we talk about earning it end to end, and we do that. We do talk about that a lot. But it's true, we do earn that process end to end, and without that sort of like training and support, like a lot of our clients probably wouldn't make any money.
They wouldn't.
Unfortunately,
Listen, I've had very serious conversations with dental practice owners where I've had to say to them, your receptionist has just lost you a £30,000 dental implant case.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of conversations that we're identifying and we are having.
And it's hard conversations.
It's hard conversations because, and you know, sometimes everybody likes to think of their team as a family, as a working family. And I don't believe that's a red flag. You know, it's not. If you're treating your team like a family, difficult conversations are difficult to have.
Yes.
And if we come waltzing in and say, your receptionist is giving out prices without asking specific questions, there's zero data capture, they're not even asking the patient's name, they're saying, let us know if you want to get booked in and give us a call back. We are essentially upsetting the dynamics of a close-knit family. It's really, really hard. And this dovetails perfectly into the topic of this podcast, why your front of house team is just as important as your dental marketing.
Exactly.
Because if people are ringing up ashamed of their smile, in pain, concerned about how they're going to afford their treatment, and they are met with, dental implants start from $3,500 or $1,800 for just the implant and then the crown on top. Is there any other questions? Okay, give us a call back when you're ready. Oh,
gone.
The flags are flying. This can't happen. This is big money. Big money that is being lost.
It's lost because like they're not calling back.
No.
I'm not calling back if someone's not answering. You know, they do need to feel nurtured. And also, like, when these people are coming to these practices, they're not just calling on a whim just to see what a quote is. They've done their research. They've gotten to a point in their confidence where they're thinking, oh my God, I need to do something about this. Like it's been months of research and work and feeling at their lowest before they come to you. So if you've got someone who's literally just going, yeah, well, I can't give you a quote because it could be this, but it also could be this. So just like, if you want it, like, call us back. No.
Do you know, Megan, you raise a really interesting point here, and it's a conversation that I've been having a lot with our clients recently. Unfortunately, front of house teams have become predispositioned to think that every phone call inquiry is a time waster.
Yes.
And now I will hold our hands up. I think marketing has instilled this in front of house teams. I think people who have worked with a marketing agency before and all of a sudden their phones are ringing all the time purely because they're visible online, they're getting inquiries for treatments they don't do, things that could have been answered by researching on their website, e.g. where's the nearest tube stop or where's the parking. They are getting numerous NHS inquiries. It does put a bad taste in the mouth of the people who are answering these phone calls to where they're answering them without the patient journey and sales techniques in mind. This is a resource that we're developing in Dominate Dental right now, and it's how to turn your NHS inquiries into lifetime value private patients.
So important.
Because yes, somebody might be ringing up because they've driven past, they've moved, right, come on, let's tell a story. They've moved house, right, they've driven past, they've seen your phone number on your signage outside. Do you take NHS patients? No, sorry, we're a fully private practice. End of phone call. Oh my gosh, that may well be a totally free inquiry for a patient you can turn into a private patient easily, just by crafting a new patient sign-up offer with an exam, a discount on a hygiene treatment, and then once they're in the chair, tell them what kind of cosmetic dentistry you have available. Have you ever thought about this? Would you ever consider Invisalign? Your smile would look amazing 3 shades brighter.
Or even general, right? I mean, how many of our clients have like memberships? Starting from £12.50, completely protect you and your family. Hello.
Exactly. So just because somebody is calling to inquire whether you are an NHS practice, doesn't mean you say no, thanks for calling, bye now. No. And this is all why we can confidently say that we own the end-to-end journey of new patient acquisition. I want people finding you on Google over and over and over again, whether or not they're calling for an NHS treatment or not, because you are going to be armed, your front of house is going to be armed with your new patient offer or your membership plan to say, actually, no, I'm sorry, we are a fully private practice. However, we offer a new patient exam actually for cheaper than an NHS exam. Would you like to pop in? Bring your children. We're family friendly. Build that relationship. And my God, whilst you're doing it, please take their name, their phone number and their email address. Don't let these people call you and then never speak to you ever again.
Exactly. You've summed it up so nicely. To wrap up this episode, I just want to kind of go into, I want to kind of do a bit of a new segment of if we owned your practice. If we owned your practice, you're hiring a TCO, Josie, what are you looking for? Talk to me.
I am looking for somebody who has natural personality matching skills, somebody likable, somebody super confident without arrogance, with patient-centered care at the heart of everything they do, but somebody who knows exactly how to listen. Listening and making somebody feel heard are 2 very different things, but they need to listen to every single person who comes through their inbox, their CRM system, their phone lines, and look for the opportunity of how they can become their lifetime patient.
I love that. I love that so much. I think for me, I would go for empathy. Got to have empathy. Otherwise, what's the point? Adaptability. I think you have so many different types of people that walk through your door. Somebody wants to be spoken to the entire time and they want a full conversation and they want to tell you how their kids are and all the rest of it, versus somebody else who they just want to grab a little coffee, sit in the corner and wait for their appointment. They don't want to be spoken to. Good point. They've come for blissful silence. This is their moment of, actually, like, I don't want to say a luxury, but also a bit of a luxury, right? Because it's private dentistry, we are providing that luxury premium experience. So they've come for a little bit of luxury, a treatment that's for themselves. So sometimes people do like to be left alone. So I think someone that is adaptable, that can adapt to almost like different personalities and things like that. And if I'm being really selfish, bit of sales technique, someone who just kind of like understands how to sell a little bit.
Agreed.
Would be quite nice. I know it can be rare, but
don't get me started on sales techniques. I think we can talk about a whole nother episode.
A whole nother episode on that. But I think it's important to also note that, you know, we don't expect these people to be sales experts.
No.
Right. But that's why we're there.
Exactly.
That's exactly why we're there.
We're here to support.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Well, another episode wrapped up. Thank you so much again for listening, guys. As always, like, comment, hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow. We are dominate_dental across all of our social media, so go check us out. We are very, very active on Instagram in particular. We've just launched TikTok, which we are dabbling our little feet into as well. Josie, actually, we didn't talk about this last episode, but Josie also has an Instagram, Josie Dominates Dental, where she talks a lot about sales techniques as well. So if you did want some sales tips, then she's the girl.
Come say hi. Say podcast sent me. Chairside sent me.
Chairside. Yeah, comment Chairside if you come from the podcast.
We'll chat.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.